Waffle House. Nice. Have you been cheating on us?
No, I got it as a gift from Mr. Fugate.
You got the Waffle House. What's it? Beanies? Is that what they're called?
Beanie.
A beanie from Greg Fugate. You're kidding me. That's what a wise man. What a wise man is Mr. Fugate.
I love it.
Did you say Domo Regato when you received it? No?
He said, film it when you open it. And I go, okay. And so as I was opening, I'm like, it's probably a bill. That's what I always get bills at CV. So
film it when you open it was my opening line on my Grinder channel until they shut it down. Apparently I was just too nice to the pets on the show. Anyway, do we have a number for this SlapperCast episode? Is it 280?
Yes, it is 280.
Wow, 280. Whew. Think about that. Think about that for a second. That is one more than 279, and it's one less than. I can't go that far. I'm too far gone. I'm too far gone. So you got a Waffle House beanie from Greg Fugate, and you've probably seen them on here before if you've been a regular viewer of SlapperCast, weekly podcast with Blaggards. If you've been on here, you've probably seen these wonderful, magnificent, I'll say, scratch wonderful. Wonderful doesn't do it justice. You will recall some exquisite Blaggard tumblers that was made by Greg Fugate's younger, much better looking, much more talented sister, Rochelle. And we have some, we actually have quite a few. She's we have such a wonderful family. We're so lucky.
Yeah.
And speaking of luck too, we had some great comments there on last week too. We had Hello Kitty Bates saying that we need a SlapperCast T-shirt, and I could not agree more. I think we're going to get a Slapper shirt. Yeah,
long overdue for sure.
Yeah, Slapper shirt with. First of all, we're going to have to come up with a logo, and I don't know if any of you artists out there want to take a stab at it, but we were always kind of. Let me reverse that too. I've always been leaning towards a coffee cup style, kind of logo, a coffee cup, maybe combining some lightning bolt with a coffee cup, and since I was basically talking about bestiality a minute ago, we could probably put like the back end of a bear. People say it's easy, It's easy to shag a sheep, but if you want to prove something, you want to prove yourself and you're worth something, yeah, go do it to a bear. See how you last. That's why I'm only shooting. That's why I'm only shooting from the neck up, because I won't do that again.
Boss man.
Man. We got a lot of shit to get to today. I'm trying to get all the shit out of the way early.
You're trying to get something out of the way.
Yeah, that's why I'm shooting from the neck up. I'm actually torn to shreds down here. I will not disturb an angry bear. But I did brush my teeth beforehand, so that's why I'm spared. That's why he spared my life. So when you whisper in his ear, I won't be long. He let me live. So anyway, so we're going back to I guess by the time you get this, I'll have been and gone to Arkansas. I'm going up there on my own because Turbo's going out of town. He has something unrelated to Blaggards that you're doing some family stuff, right?
Yep. You know how it is. Sometimes it's tricky to do that in our schedules, and so we grab those when we can. But I'm excited. So we get to see Miss Moxie's sister and then her brother. And so we'll be in the Carolinas and in Colorado. So we're going to both.
Fantastic. So. That's right. That's why I was going east or west. I didn't know if you were doing. You're doing both. Fantastic. And Chad, what do you got lined up for while we're gone?
I'm working on a lot of PSAPs content, and there's still ongoing web design stuff. And I've been playing a lot of guitar. So going to keep that up. It's been too long.
Yeah.
Good. I have to just for those for those that might be watching for the first time, P Saps is not a cyst on his boy parts. It's actually it's another podcast that he does. He likes to shorten it down because he doesn't want to. But I think that you should. I think you owe yourself and you owe it to your listeners and to your viewers. I think you owe it a little explanation. I know we talked about it last week, but somebody's first time might be today. So what is PSAPs, Chad, and why do you need to go see a gynecologist about it?
Oh yeah, I'll get to that last part later.
Okay.
Yeah, PSAPs is a podcast, and really more so a YouTube channel at this point. I started with my old friend Brendan Jones, who was the lead singer of Susie's Pedals, a band that's I've mentioned several times. So yeah, it's pop culture stuff. So we talk about movies and TV shows and comics and stuff, a lot of nerdy stuff that we don't really get into on this show. Currently, I'm working on an episode about Terry Gilliam's film Brazil, which is a lot of fun. Did you ever see that one, Patrick? That has a Jonathan Pryce in the lead role. Yeah, I think that's Terry's best movie. It's a really brilliant film. Michael Palin's in it as well. So yeah, it's just fun stuff, and I get to really flex my editing skills in that because I take a lot longer with those episodes since they're not out on a weekly schedule. They're just sort of out whenever I finish them. So yeah, it's a lot of fun for me, that show. So you should check it out if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel guilty. Usually, when you talk about, because I've never seen an episode, and it's not because I don't. I mean, obviously, we're all three of us are around each other all the time. But I don't see. I've seen the Superman and the Star Wars and all that stuff, and I just can't. I go to my. That stuff doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't. So I mean, it's not out of badness. It's not out of anything else other than I've told people about it, especially friends of mine that are into that kind of stuff. Turbo and I have often joked about the conversations that you and the Jeffrey Aloysius Alphonsus Lorraine Duncan. We'll see you guys at the end of the show, and somebody will mention Star Wars or something like that, and the two of you go off like two little fucking schoolgirls. It's so funny. We're going. Are they gonna kiss? I mean, it's just face to face. So I'm like, it's
other than music. That's like the only other thing that we have to talk about because it's just kind of funny, sort of like checking in with each other. Like, Star Wars going okay? You doing all right? Cool. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, God, bring me alive. No, but no, I mean, you guys get your shit done, and it's settle down. It's and again, these and this one of the things that we've talked about many times is our hobbies, and you've always been big on that. You've always been big on the science fiction and that that stuff, the superhero movies and all that stuff that I've just never thought about. And I mean, and as far as hobbies, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's like therapeutic for me to be able to vent about it.
Yeah.
It's in my brain. I can't get it out of my brain, and so it's like therapy in a way. Just being able to rant about these things that just been in my brain since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
it's not a lonely field. I mean, it's a stacked field. Turbo, have you ever been into that stuff? Science fiction?
I liked it. I liked all the Marvel movies. I was a big Spider-Man. He was probably my favorite. And then, Wolverine. And I watched all the Marvel stuff. I loved the Iron Man movies, but Star Wars I liked. I didn't like, I never dressed up. I never geeked out. I never did the midnight showings. I didn't do any of that. But I was kind of neutral with it. I mean, we watched it, but
they're definitely.
I don't own any of them.
Yeah,
there are grades of fandom, and we, Mike, our former drummer Mike, was always also a Star Wars fan. He was a certain degree of fandom. Then there's me, Then there's Jeff, like he's up here somewhere. The people who actually enjoy, like dressing up and stuff. Mike was different from me in that he actually likes to collect the toys and stuff. He's more into the collectibles than he is the story. Yeah, I'm like sort of like your son, Patrick, Connor, who would, when he was a kid, he would memorize the entire dialogue to a movie or a TV episode or something, and that's how I am. I like absorb the story, and I'm really into that sort of thing. But I don't really. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had all the comics and toys and stuff, but I don't. Not only can I not afford that kind of. Those habits are expensive, man. To buy all that crap, they really hook you in. It can turn into an addiction. But I just enjoy the fancifulness of it and the imagination. It was also my dad. It really has a lot to do with my dad too, because he wasn't really a nerd, but he's the one who got. He's the one who got me interested as a kid and thought, look, check this out. This is Star Trek. This is in the future where not only are they exploring space, but you've got people of all races and all nationalities working together in one room, and that's a big deal. You should pay attention to this stuff. And I didn't even, when I was a kid, I didn't even want to go see Star Wars when it first came out. I thought it looked scary. I was 7 years old. I was like, not for me. And both my parents were like, you have to go see this movie.
Yeah, I've no point of I did see the movie. I saw it when it came out, and I left, and I said that was okay. It was good, and I never thought about it again. And it's funny. It seemed like, and again, my dates and times are completely off, but it seems like about 20 years ago, people started talking about it again, and again and again and again, to the point where I was fucking annoyed. I just don't like. Well, I mean, because it's like somebody's smoking a cigar in a very small fucking room, and you can't get out. All right, so
yeah.
And it's just one of those things. It doesn't interest me. It's to the point of annoying only when it's I guess it's that top tier. Or bottom tier, however you look at it. It's that top tier fan that's just obnoxious about it, always on it. Like I said, you and Jeff would never mention it if you weren't around, but you and he at the end of a show, we always seem to have this excess energy level at the end of the show, and you guys use it on science fiction, and yeah. So it's again, shortening it to PSAPs. I think it's a disservice to yourself, and especially I can't forget, nor could anybody forget. Kate Scott is also. Let's just say she's a producer of your show. I'm not going to say another word. I'm way out of my league on that, but I just say
she's a big supporter. Yeah,
she is.
I really appreciate that. As does Brendan. Very much appreciates it. Yeah. I don't. I mean, the Star Wars fandom. Just quickly, I totally. You should be annoyed by it at this point because it's actually completely twisted beyond recognition. Now people are so divided because there's so in the past there were just the original three movies, and that was really it, unless you count the comics and the novels, which I didn't really read any of that stuff. Now the prequels came out in the early 2000s or late 90s, and those were very divisive. And the sequels that came out a few, like 10 years ago, are basically just blew everything up because everybody hates the last one that they put out. So it's not as much fun as it used to be to talk about because you never really know when you talk to another Star Wars fan if they're going to be on the same page as you are. So it's become it's more like sports now. It's just like, oh damn, this kind of defeats the whole purpose. Now we're fighting with each other over what's best. So sports can be a nice distraction. I have removed myself from that, and by this point,
oh yeah. I mean, I'll look at the scores, but I used to watch games all the time. I don't watch any games. I just a little asterisk on that. If I have my phone on the Google page of the score, it gives you this kind of live update thing. So if I'm doing stuff around the house, I'll keep it. It's there, and I can check the score and see how they're doing, and watch how many Astro relievers can fuck the game up. But it's I've brushed all that stuff aside, and I won't mention any names, any Waffle House hat wearing names. But and one of the things that I did do recently, and it's been in the last couple of months, is I started with curtailing, and then now I've absolutely suppressed and wiped and erased my political engagement, and I've taken all this stuff out of because I was watching so much live coverage of different, be it a trial or be it a thing, and it started to consume it. I'm not able to make fun of, or curse at, or piss on, or destroy stuff that I enjoy, making fun of, because all this shit's taking up my time. And I said no. So now it's been replaced with, song writing. I did a couple of songs. I can't say song. I always say songs, but what I mean by song is a verse, a chorus, a chord melody on the guitar, and a verse and a chorus idea. Meaning now we have the foundation of what could be a song, what could be a complete waste of fucking time, what could be something that you steal from, in the next woodshed session. But it's the amount of I tell you the only comparison I can think of is when I was on Facebook every day, when I would be online on social media, be it Instagram or Facebook or Grindr. If you eliminate the people that take pictures of themselves all the time, if you eliminate just hide all the people that do the pictures of themselves, the people that couldn't orgasm unless you were talking about them while they're looking at themselves, talking about themselves with a tape recorder of their accomplishments going off the back. You know what I mean? Those people, when they get in and they just, just become this, I don't know, growth, it's like I don't know. I've never had a testicular cancer, but I would imagine it's about as fun as the people that just, self-love is fine. Do whatever you want. I'm sure some of you are pleasuring yourselves right now, Greg. But if you need that much, if you're that insecure and you have to put pictures of yourself and you have to constantly have videos of yourself, here's me looking pretty over here. I'm going to go over there and look pretty. Stay there. Don't move. What about me? That fuck. Anthony Jeselnik has a great skit on, it was the shootings in Paris, and everybody had the French flag behind their, on their profile picture, but it was a picture there, and he goes, that's a terrible thing that happened in France, but don't forget about me. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like that's what you don't have to get rid of them. They're still your friends. They're still your whoever. But if you just clear that shit out of the way, you've got so much more time to get the stuff that you need to do, the stuff that defines you, the stuff that makes my blood is fucking boiling. As you can probably tell, little amped today. I've been up since 5 a.m. and I'm losing my fucking mind. So it's 2:50 on Slapper Day at 2:50 p.m.
When you talk about the selfie thing, it makes me think of, I'm not going to name him, but a friend of ours that we used to talk about, that his feed was selfies, but not only were that's all he took pictures of, but he'd just be doing this, and every picture was just no smiles, no, just here's my face, and it was like if it had been a parody, if he knew how funny it was, it would have been brilliant, because it was almost like he was. It was like he was unintentionally doing a parody of the whole selfie thing, because it was just, there was no rhyme or reason to any of it. It's like, here's my face again. Now it's 5 hours later. Here's my face, just in case you forgot. That's all his feed was.
And and so fucking slimy that when you clicked off the link, the fucking your computer was still stained. It was fuck that. Just no self-awareness of the. I mean, I guess you become numb to the amount that you post, the amount that you. Now, I have to also put in the thing too, because I know Mr. Waffle House over here is going to be upset. I just saw that your name was Waffle House. you
What I do?
I have to no. It was, I was saying, and this is the side of it. You're very very good about when we're at a show and you'll see a group of pictures and you go over there and get in with them and you take a picture with them. I love that shit. I love that. We have all that stuff in a cabin in the woods where we keep all our victims. Oh shit! I mean, no, Turbo stores all that stuff and we put it up on the website and we tag them in different areas and whatnot. I love that stuff. I think that's great. And truth be told, I turn my phone off when we arrive at the gig only because I don't want to be. I want to stay on track and I want to get that stuff done and I mean. I only and seriously mean the people that are just engulfed in their own, self. Turbo, that doesn't even seem to bother you. The people that do that, you don't.
They can do whatever they want. Like that's what Instagram is. I mean, Instagram is like selfies. Like I'm missing that. I'm like, okay. I mean, it don't bother me. I'm like, do what you want. I will say this though. Like if you're posting political stuff, I'm snoozing you off. Like,
yeah. That's you. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not giving that any of my time. Like I don't want to hear. We all need to stand up and fight. I don't want. No, dude, I'm done. Like I want to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
I was just picturing somebody taking a selfie with like the TV behind them. It's like CNN or something. Political selfie.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, and again, it's one thing to be aware, but it's another thing to be totally submerged, like weighed down by that stuff. And again, I have to say I don't go on. I have the two accounts linked. I don't even go on Instagram because I know that that's what it is. It's just you have to. I think it's a law. If you don't post 25 pictures of yourself every minute, you get electrocuted or something. But so I physically can't go on there for that. And again, I like I'm saying, I have nothing against those people. It just my fucking life improved when I, was able to eradicate the constant starving attention. There's another comedian. There's many comedians, but there's this one guy in particular, and a Scottish guy, Kevin. It'll come to me, Kevin Bridges. And he has this super. I mean, just he went off on the person on social media saying, looking for attention, going, "I love you, Gran. I know you're proud of me. I know you're looking down on me, thinking, oh, how proud I am." And they're just on there, just trying to ensnare some gullible prick that's gonna, give them attention or. Give them a ride or something, and they're oh poor, I love you, Gran. I miss you. I know you're so proud of me, and he just is wonderful. Kevin, look it up, Kevin Bridges, on the social media, on the victim, I guess the victim player on social media. It's wonderful, well worth your time. And it just to me, it's so freeing when you don't have that person, because you come up there and you just can't get the fucking picture past you fast enough. It's like, I don't fucking want to see your face. Your own mother doesn't want to see that face that often, So it's obviously Captain Opinionated. Ever since you see now, if we were still killing songs, then maybe I wouldn't be so angry. Foster for the people.
Shots fired.
Yeah, that shot missed, by the way.
No, I think we talked about this many times. I think everybody, whether they want to admit it or not, we'd all be much happier people if social media just went away. If we just realized, we don't need it at all. Delete, everybody would be happier just automatically because you'd be engaging more with what's actually in the world instead of what's on your little fucking screen. But that's only just one aspect. It's the internet is the main thing. We talked about that. It's taken away a lot of our lives, I think. And that's the selfie thing is just one of those things that highlights how absurd it's become.
Yeah. I guess it's one of the scabs on the STD of life. It's just one of the many open sores, open wounds on the syphilitic corpse of a, anyway, but lovely. Onward we move. Onward. So besides your PSAPs, as the kids call it, what's on your agenda? You're just going to get your next thing done? What's coming up for you, Chad?
I meant to mention, I mentioned my guitar earlier. It was when we had the storms that came through a few weeks ago. And I was at, for most of the month of May, I was watching, I was house sitting for my mom and feeding, making sure her cats were fed and all that stuff. And that there was those two storms that came through like in a 2-week period or 1 week. I can't forget that one storm just pushed through really suddenly that day, and the power went out for about 3 hours or something like that. And I had no idea because the power had just gone out the week before with a previous storm. And my mom was without power for like 3 or 4 days. I wasn't sure how long this was going to go on. So I took out my guitar. I had my guitar with me. I hadn't really touched it since I'd been there. I just started playing all these old songs of mine. And I don't know if you've done this. Like, these are songs I wrote when I was like 18, 19 years old. And some of them I haven't played in like maybe in 20 years. I haven't actually sung them. And it was just kind of this weird experience of reactivating these old neurons. Like, oh yeah, this is how this goes. And it was just fascinating to me how that stuff just never leaves your brain. Really, it's almost like riding a bike, but not. So I kind of got excited about, well, these old goofy. I used to have such a low opinion of these early songs I wrote, and I was like, these are actually kind of cool. So I've been thinking about that stuff again, and maybe definitely recording them, but maybe not being so overly critical of the lyrics and stuff I wrote when I was 18. It's like, I was a teenager. Maybe just let these songs be songs that a teenager wrote, and stop hiding them from the world, Yeah. I don't know. It's been kind of fun.
Are you going to share them?
Eventually. Yeah. I'll play them for you sometime.
If you don't share them, dude, they dissolve. They just go away. Yeah. Share them, man.
I know.
Get them out there.
I know. I've been listening a lot. There's a YouTuber whom any musician, any creative should go watch this guy's channel. I've sent Patrick a couple of his videos. This guy named Evan Jaffe, who has a channel called Custom Cut Studios, and he's really a mixing engineer. But his whole thing is just pushing forward people who are repressing themselves or inhibiting themselves creatively because they're afraid of what's going to happen or not going to happen, or they're afraid of other people's opinions, or fear. I told you about the title of one of his videos was "Fear. Your fear poisons the world." Just don't sit on your stuff your whole life. You got to get your stuff out there, because what do you have to lose, really? Mm-hmm. So, and he speaks a lot to people like us who are, have this sort of insane degree of drive that most people don't have to keep doing something that really doesn't make sense, which is being in a band. And he so identifies with that. It's like, you got to hold on to that, man. And you've got to align yourselves with people who are in have that same degree of drive that you do. But otherwise there's no point. And it's like, these are all things we've talked about. So, but that's been on my mind. When I picked up my guitar that day, I was like thinking about his advice. Like, you know what? I think the time has come to rip the bandage off, as the saying goes.
Okay, quick lightning round. Are you ready? Turbo, what was the last song that you searched and played and listened to and enjoyed? Go!
It was a Prince song this morning. The title, Prince? I was just scrolling, but Prince was the last song I listened to before I got on the podcast.
Nice. Chad, what was the last song?
Live performance.
Yes.
What was the last song I actually played?
What's the last thing you can remember searching out and playing? Was it Bowie?
Yeah. No. There's a couple things I looked up recently that I wasn't sure what they were. And now I have no memory of what they were. I'm sorry.
All right. Instead of lightning round, we'll just call it a round. So I had another one. I had another one. Okay. So right now, just top of your head, every single song. I mean, virtually, it is the answer is. But you have access to any song in the world right now. When you hang up this and when we finish this podcast, what's the first song you can listen to? Go, favorite song right now. First one you think of. Go, Chad. Go. First song.
Day in the Life by the Beatles.
All right, Turbo, same question.
Can it be a new song? Does it have to be an old one?
Anything. First thing that makes you happy. What do you play?
I'm going to play the new 21 Pilots record. I haven't listened to it yet, and I heard it was amazing.
So Turbo, stay right where you are. You're at the gym right now. What's the first fucking song you're going to put on to make you just destroy that fucking weight machine? First song.
I'm playing the band A Day to Remember. So I'm throwing
what's the song? What's the song? What's the first song? Give me a song.
I'll tell you what's right on my workout playlist right now. The first song. Here we go.
First song. There you go. That'll work. Chad, while he's doing that, you're running through a field of daisies and you've got a headset on. What are you going to listen to? I'm just kidding. You're
probably a podcast.
The song's called All I Want from A Day to Remember.
A Day to Remember.
Oh, okay. Man, you're putting a little bit more weight on the bar putting that song in. You're like, let's do this.
Okay, Chad, question for you. There's a candle. There's a dark room. There's a lovely young lady. It's just the two of you. What song are you putting on?
Probably.
Hold on. She's not related.
Oh, well, definitely Barry White then.
Barry White. What song?
I was about to say "Got to Get It On," but that's Marvin Gaye.
What about that one?
I'm joking.
Keep going.
I was always trying to give me bites. I can't even remember a fucking Barry White song. My brain is like not working today.
Okay, pick another one.
Around friendly.
Pick another one. A song that she might enjoy with you.
Wild as the Wind by David Bowie.
There you go. That's a good one. Into the Mystic, Van Morrison, no?
I know that title. I don't know that song.
Sade, Smooth Operator, no? Okay. Me personally, if I'm in that situation, Motorhead, Bomber. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, we got to talk like this.
No. You don't understand. This is self-love.
Okay.
So what were you going to say, Kevin? Sarah McLachlan?
No. Listen, okay. I'm gonna give you guys. No. Which I love Sarah McLachlan, by the way. But
fuck.
You don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't play songs where has the vocals, because the vocals are going to dictate the mood, the person, the voice. Look, I'm probably getting a little TMI here, but dude, you got to get more of the tones, more of the songs, of the music. You know, man, I get like a kind of like a soft rave style music. It's more just sounds. I'm gonna tell you right now, change your fucking life. Change your life, dude. Okay.
Come
on. It's not like you're going for one song, dude. You go one song, and the next song comes on, it could completely, you know.
Okay, but what if I specified woman and not a pet? Would that change the music?
No.
See, I mean, I'm completely. I don't want any fucking noise. I don't want the cries for help being heard. I want nothing. I want it, you know.
Yeah.
There's no theme song for this. But again, that's just me. I'm being very silly today. Now,
I also got kids on the other side of the house. You know what I mean? It's like,
you see, I don't remember those days. Yeah, you have to.
Like,
yeah, I've got a good song for you. Mission Impossible.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No lyrics, plenty of, nice rhythms. Yeah. You're welcome, ladies.
When that song comes on, she knows what's up.
And so do the kids. I fucking run into the street, man. Let us play in the traffic, Dad, please. I don't want to hear you cry again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of music or TV or any of that shit, or audiences or fucking snipers. Man.
Definitely no TV. No, turn the TV off, dude.
Yeah,
no TV.
Yeah, unless it's recording. Oh, just kidding. Kidding. Yeah. My stuff will be on CNN. Yeah. So check this part out. Hold on. I'll tell you, it doesn't take long. Good. Yeah. So when we resume in July, we're going to be running around quite a bit. We're going to be going up to going up the Midwest again. We are we're going up to yes, actually, we possibly will more. I should know more today. Searches devices. I should know more very very soon. Actually, we may have a spot in Oklahoma City. We're talking to, and I know we've got Havasu and all that in September, correct? First week of
Yes.
September. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to be making some phone calls when I get off. When we finish here, I'm trying to get a place in Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's just a phenomenal looking venue, so I'm going to try. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say in very, 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 very roundabout fashion is please check out our website at blaggards.com because we're going to have a lot more dates coming up here very soon. June has been a very, very, very lax month. We've been actually we just got a call today from our dear friend Jeff Duncan, who's offered his services for some recording. So we're going to be woodshedding it, and we're going to be this and like we've been talking about, we are going to get these clips out too. So of course Patreon's going to see them first, and we're going to do. But this was a last minute throw together too. So gentlemen, thank you both for jumping on at such short notice. Let's I guess we're going to. Yeah, we're just going to keep announcing this crap as we get it in. I'm overexcited because we've got the rest of the year looks good, and we are finally getting some conversations going with some of these places that I haven't spoken to in a long time. So today has been a very, very nice slapper day. Some people would say a super slapper day, but I am saying it's a slooper day. So.
Oh. Okay.
Slooper.
I still want to be inside your brain just for 1 hour. Just like what goes on it.
There's not enough soap, and there's not a high enough pressure water system to scrub the shit out of your mind after 2 seconds inside my fucking head. I'm here, and it's so bad. It's so bad in there that my eyeballs smell. It's fucking oof. It's just.
I figure you'd be constantly ducking, like, watch out, look out. Yeah.
No, it's pretty thick.
There's a lot of projectiles flying around.
Okay. Yeah. Imagine
listen, everybody in here. We need to have a chat for a minute. Come on, huddle up. Let's go. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be
inside his head
hands by the time I'm done with that hour.
Yeah. But the nice thing about being inside my head is all the voices get along, which is nice. They're all and sometimes sometimes they sing in harmony, and sometimes they just laugh at the trash bag of discarded body parts that are my thoughts. So it's wonderful. I am just thrilled to have all of you here for SlapperCast episode 280, and that is Turbo. That is Chad Smalley, and we are Blaggards, and I'm just well, of course, I'm back from Arkansas now, but I'm really, really happy to tell you that Jerry Ward, the owner of Hibernia Irish Tavern, is doing much better after his car accident. And we wish you all the very, very best up there in Little Rock. And we will be back in August to serenade your eardrums with some broken bottles and some bad words. Yep.
So, check by next week. We can hear about how this solo gig went. Your second solo show at Hibernia.
Yeah, maybe even a clip or two.
That I've been singing a word. Oh, and I lost my heart to a going girl. Yes, I did.
The last time you played there on that solo gig was right before I joined, like right during that time, because they live streamed it. I watched it.
Oh, was that long ago? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
I don't know if I watched it if I was on that vacation before, It was somewhere right around that time. I can't remember where I watched it, but we watched the live video for a while, and then it cut out and came back on again or something. But we watched it.
Yeah, you were in Florida. That's right. You were in Florida. You texted me and told me that you were. Yeah, that's funny. Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, hey, it just means that their memory is so bad that they let me do it again. So, here we go. So, are you ready? Are you ready to go finish the rest of your Slapper Day untelevised?
Yes.
Ready? Hey, thanks for getting on
You
here.
should play something new there, boss man. You should play something new. Just play something new. Wing it. Do your thing.
I have shit that you guys have never heard. I've got. They're going to hear shit or they have heard shit that you guys have never heard and might never hear again. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
All right.
Like I say, gentlemen, thank you for such short notice and getting on here, and Patreon and all our wonderful friends here on SlapperCast. Thank you for tuning in and sharing and commenting and all that stuff, because we really are. It's really been fun, the back and forth, and again, just to put this little final tidbit that should have been on at the beginning of the thing, when we were talking about the Marvel movies and the science fiction and the Star Wars and all that stuff, it's as it can be as argumentative, or it can be as toxic as mentioning the lead singers, that conversation that's still going on to this day from episode blah 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 back when we were we were saying that David Lee Roth was hands down, it was just the people are still bitching about it. They're like, no, but
Yeah.
it's
we
just
need to keep stoking those fires. Sorry, we need to think of other ways to get people worked up.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that could be our calling card.
Yeah, indeed. But anyway, I've got a bad habit of relighting that fucking fire. So that was the lighter. So anyway, thank you, and let's get to rocking, boys.
Yes, sir. See you guys next week.
Cheers.
See ya.